Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Willis going to throw it right away.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. Check down, complete to Haskins.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
To return is McKenzie. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, good move. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11 coming. Check mark 33. Check mark 33.
Mike, check 33. 33. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Hey, check mark 33.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And the return will stop right around the 25.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
up 4 yards, the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running left, it's Henry. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Henry running right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. The man in motion left here, Johnson. Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Johnson goes in motion left. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. To the air on first down. Here's Willis. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sione Takitaki. What persistence, and that persistence pays off. Tracks him down for a 19-yard loss. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go play action with Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
Okay, ready? Buffalo AC!
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 1st and 10, Willis. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Open man downfield is Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, nice,
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now they'll look to Willis to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack. And that will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The Burrow's throw complete there to Smith. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll let Mixon try and run it in, but he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Last play of the half, Willis. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And this one complete to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Mixon with a first down carry. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff looking right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now Willis on 1st and 10. This will go to Henry out wide. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Willis. And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Third down, it's Willis. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. On 1st down, Willis. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
A gain of 18 on play. And the Titans 1st down.
Ready.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Haskins now on 1st and 10. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd down throw coming by Willis. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 109 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. In motion right here comes Johnson. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Willis. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. Forced out to his left. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Mike, 57. Drop deep, 57 to Mike, 57 to Mike. Check.
Mike's 57, 57's Mike.
Hey, watch the slant.
Johnson, the man in motion right. Right back to the air again with Willis. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Bengals 26, Titans 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Willis looking to throw it. The quick slant caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Tyron Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Bullock good on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
26, Titans 14.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. 84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Now they try the right side here. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
But, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for the Bengals, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance